Oh, I don't know how cringy I want to get now. That's the question. Yeah, so my name is Izzy O'Connor. I am 24 years old and I've moved here to Rome to do the master's program in cinema. If I was to describe myself with one word, I think it would be energetic. I want to keep doing things. I want to be busy. I want to travel and explore and learn and everything. So I was raised in Africa. I lived in Gambia, Ghana, Madagascar, and Kenya for the first 15 years of my life. Then we went to Europe for 2 years, 1 year in Ireland, 1 year in Sweden. And then my dad got a job in Thailand, and so then we moved to Thailand. And we've been there for the past 7 years. So that's kind of home for me right now. New schools every year or two. You know, you learn to be quick on your feet and you learn how to socialize and make new friends quickly. But at the same time, you kind of learn how to leave friendships a little too easily as well, which I find is a very interesting thing. I have friends who have the long-term friends. Like my brother, for instance, he's grown up the same way I have, but he's figured out how to do the long-term friends. So he's still best friends with the kids he knew when he was 10 years old. And you know, they went to uni together and they kind of lived together throughout uni, and they meet up every summer, and I can't comprehend how he does it, how he managed it. I think because of the way, you know, you try to make friendships too fast, you excuse some people a little too much. So I'll make friends with people, and then, you know, after it's kind of cemented, you'll realize actually they're not my kind of people. You know, we don't have the same views or thoughts on certain things, or it's just, you know, sometimes it's just not meant to be. But you don't realize that when you're so desperate to try to make friends, because you're lonely. I mean, if you keep moving, new schools, new people every time, you will be lonely, whether you think so or not. Those first few months can be extremely difficult because you are alone, and you're trying your hardest to like make yourself fit and belong a little too quickly, because you have to. Everything's on a sped up timeline. I think lack of time is definitely one that I struggle with. You know that it's an ADHD trait or something, but you're just constantly counting every minute. So you're like, okay, if I need to be there at 1 p.m., that means I need to leave by 12:30, which means I need to wake up by this time, which means I need to have been showered at this time. And it works the same both ways. So I'm like, if something is due 6 and I need to do something at 8, and then, you know, what about 9 and da-da-da. And so a lot of things like that, but I love lists and schedules. They're the only things that relax me when it comes to having too many things to do or things to do. I like having a schedule. I like knowing where everything is and how it's going to happen, and you know, how much time I have to do it. Alarms, great fun. Funny, but it works, and it relaxes me. It's the same thing for film. So the job I want to do in film is assistant director. And of course that whole thing is the organization of the whole shooting schedule, you know, all the actors, all the crew, all the locations, making sure everything works together. And like, it's like a big gigantic puzzle piece. And I like that role and that job because I need to know what's happening at all times, because otherwise, what the hell, I'm gonna get confused or lost. And so I like being the one in charge of that. You know, give me all the puzzle pieces, I'll put them together. We have a great night, big schedule. You know, I'll know it inside out because I've worked on it for so long. And anybody's like, what we doing now? And I was like, I know what we're doing. We're moving on to scene 7. All right, set up for shot 8, let's go. And it's just like, I can sit there and be like, good. Absolutely, you can't control everything, but I will damn well try to control as much as I can, because it just makes my life so much easier. I'm a flawed adult for sure, but I had a fucking great childhood, so. It's a good life. It's a good life. I wouldn't change it for anything.